Alright, so we're going to look at right triangles now. Excuse me. And so, most of this should be familiar from middle school. And Pythagorean theorem. It's used to find the missing side of a right triangle. Sides A and B are called the legs, and side C is called the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse should be the longest side of the triangle. And so for any triangle, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So for number 1 here, we're looking for the hypotenuse. So that's 8 squared plus 13 squared equals x squared. That's 64 plus 169 equals x squared. Now 64 plus 169 is 233. And so we take the square root of 233. And that's 15.26. And so that's what x is. Well, it says nearest tenth, so 15.3. Now, again, we've got the legs, so that's 22 squared plus 27 squared equals x squared. I don't know these ones off the top of my head. So 22 squared is 484. 27 squared is 729. Plus 484 is 1213. We take the square root into the nearest tenth, that's 34.8. Okay. Now when we look at this next one, okay, we're looking for the side, so that's 7 squared plus x squared is 9 squared, so that's 49 plus x squared is 81. So we subtract 49 from each side. X squared, 81 minus 49 is 32. And the square root of 32 is 5.7 to the nearest tenth. Okay, so it's just solving an equation and taking the square root. Okay, same idea with the next one. We just do the same thing. So 19.1 squared plus x squared equals 30.5 squared. It's just this time it's got decimals. So 19.1 squared is 364.81. And 30.5 squared is 930.25. Well, we subtract. $361.81 from 930.25, and we get 568.44. Take the square root. And to the nearest tenth, that's 23.8. Okay. Now, for this next one, these next couple, it's the same idea, it's just set up a little differently. We have an isosceles triangle. This comes down the middle and makes a 90 degrees. So that means it splits it in two. So that means this is 11 and this is 11. If this is 24, that's 24. And so we're looking for x in the middle. So that means we know 11 squared plus x squared equals 24 squared. And that's 121 plus x squared equals 576, I think. Yep. We subtract the 121 from each side. And we get 455. Take the square root of that. And so to the nearest tenth, that is 21.3. Now, for this one over here, we want this length. Well, that's the same as this length. We make a right triangle. This part is 5. The whole thing is 18, so that means this piece is 13. So, that means x squared plus 13 squared equals 16 squared. So x squared plus 169 equals 256. Oops, minus 169. 256 minus 169. That's 87. X squared equals 87. And so x to the nearest tenth is 9.3. Okay. Now this last one is a little more involved. To do this one, we have to first find this piece. Actually, hang on. Yeah, first we find this piece. We're going to call that A. And then we find this piece called B. Now, you can call it anything you want, just don't call it X since that's what we're looking for. And so, A squared plus 12 squared equals 14 squared. And so that's A squared plus 144 equals 256. No, 196. A squared. So 196 minus 144 is 52. So A squared is 52. So A, that should be 52. Is 7.2. Then we do the same thing with B. That's 12 squared plus B squared equals 29 squared. So 144 plus B squared equals 841. Subtract the 144. And so B squared is 697. And so B is 26.4. And so we add these two. So plus 7.2, that's 6. point 3, carry 1, 33.6 is x. Okay. Now, the other part of the Pythagorean theorem, it's called the converse. Okay. What this says is, if c squared equals a squared plus b squared, then it's a right triangle. But if c squared is greater than a squared plus b squared, then the triangle is an obtuse triangle. And if c squared is less than a squared plus b squared, then it's an acute triangle. So, first thing we have to do is determine if they can form a triangle. Then, if they do, decide what kind of triangle it is. So, 3 plus 7 is 10. That's bigger than 9, so yes, it makes a triangle. So, 3 squared plus 7 squared and 9 squared. Well, that's 9 plus 49, and that's 81. 9 plus 49 is 58, and 81. 81 is greater than 58. So, that's obtuse. Plus 21 is 41. That's bigger than 29, so it is a triangle. So we do 20 squared plus 21 squared, and see how it compares to 29 squared. Well, hold on, the lights went off. Alright, I got the lights back on, and I took advantage of the pause to do a little of this. So that's 400 plus 441 and 841. So that 400 and 441 is 841. Well, that's equal to 841, so that means it's a right triangle. 4 plus 11 is 15, which is not greater than 16, so it's not a triangle. 17 plus 17 is 34, which is greater than 22, so it is a triangle. So we do 17 squared plus 17 squared, and see how it compares to 22 squared. Oh, that's 289 plus 289, and that's 484. $289 and 289 is 578. That's greater than 484. So, because a squared plus b squared is greater than that, it's acute. Okay, and that's really all we're doing. Okay, I'm gonna give you a chance to take a look at these. I'm gonna pause and work it out. If you want to pause and see if you can do it. Okay, so that's what you should have gotten if you worked it out. That this one should have been right, this one should have been acute, not a triangle, and obtuse. Okay, as always, if you have questions, let me know. Have a good day.